Hello everyone, my name is Ishaan Jolly and welcome to this guide on which microphone to buy if you're gaming, podcasting, just doing YouTube videos, basically anything that doesn't require super high quality, completely unedited files. Like basically anything except for professional voice acting. So, if you got £50, buy a Blue Snowball. Don't buy a Blue Snowball or any USB mic for that instance because they're terrible. I mean, they're audible, they're not bad, but for the same price or lower, you can get a much better solution. So as a gamer or YouTuber, podcast host, you want a dynamic microphone, as they pick up less reverb, background noise, keyboards, controllers, all that sort of stuff. And that's much better than a condenser mic. I'm using a condenser microphone because I have a soundproof studio. Like, see, if I... can you see that? Can you see here, maybe? Okay, well... see, that's a soft material, if you can see in the background there. That's a soft material that absorbs all of the reverb, echo, and sound exiting my voice so that it doesn't bounce back off the walls and into the microphone. And a condenser mic is very good at picking up all the details, which makes it perfect for voiceover, voice acting, and all that, as it picks up all the tone, the emotion, everything along those lines. But for YouTube videos, you don't need that. You need just clean audio that hasn't got reverb, hasn't got background noise, hasn't got echo. And that's why you need a dynamic microphone. So, if you've got £50, same price as a Blue Snowball, get a £15 microphone, the Behringer Ultravoice XM8500, and it'll be far better than a Blue Snowball. Best mic you can buy at the price point, and you've got to combine that with a solid audio interface. And what I would recommend is the Behringer U-phoria UMC22. And that's £35, got decent preamps, perfectly good enough for running this setup. £50, same price Blue Snowball, but much better quality, much better noise rejection, and that is perfect. Now, if you got £100, I would recommend the same interface, UMC22, £35, and just replace the microphone with a higher quality AKG D5, which is £50 compared to the 15 earlier. That is actually my first ever XLR microphone I bought when I was 15. I'm turning 20 on the 19th of May, depending on when I upload this. So I might be 20 when this comes out, when you see it. All right. Back then I paired it with a terrible mixer, the Behringer Xenix 302 USP, and that's basically all you could get back then in terms of cheap preamps, which was much, much worse than the UMC22, which is really good. Unless you're deliberately listening to it, raw audio from that and the raw audio from my £600 interface, no difference. Not no difference, but it'll be very, be like 5% difference, which isn't that much, especially if you're just doing YouTube and YouTube will compress the audio anyway. All right. Now, if you've got £200 to £250, I would recommend the Rode PodMic alongside a Go XLR Mini. Go XLR Mini has solid preamps, and you can use live action processing, EQ compression, de-essing, all that sort of stuff. Kind of similar to how I'm doing it, just a very, very stripped down version. See, my audio interface is £600, and I bought expensive plugins for that, and that's at £130, which is perfectly fine for YouTube. You don't need that much expensive stuff. And yeah, just do all that live stuff. You don't need to have it anywhere near as high quality as mine. Now, if you've got £500, I would suggest using a Shure SM7B or an Electrovoice RE20. Both very famous mics among podcast hosts, streamers, gamers, all that sort of stuff. And just still get a Go XLR Mini for £130. And this is almost perfect. Almost. And by almost, I mean good enough for YouTube. Like, no one will tell the difference on YouTube compression. So yeah, and that is perfect. I've used both of these microphones in the past. I didn't really like the SM7B, but I was using it for voiceover where you can't do loads of post-processing. And the SM7B has a very, very neutral, flat response, which can sound dull without any post-processing. But if you were using it for podcast or gaming, do as much post-processing as you want. Make sure it still sounds good, obviously. You can't just distort it all hell and expect it to sound good. But you can do loads of post-processing. For example, the podcast Impulsive, run by Logan Paul and Mike Mayak, Maljak, whatever his last name is, I can't think of how you pronounce it right now. They get amazing sound from an SM7B. They've got their voices so smooth and creamy that it's perfect for podcasting and gaming, let's plays, all that sort of stuff. Like, you got that sound and it's perfect. But you can't use that for a character in, say, an animation. Like, no one... Like, it would sound off, right? And plus, I personally prefer the tone of the RE20 more for voiceover, but once you process it, they're going to be very similar microphones. Just like, look at other comparisons. I've done a comparison between the Rode NT1A, which is a condenser, to the RE20 dynamic microphone on my channel. It was actually the first video I posted, and yeah, you can check it out, the RE20. I liked it a lot more than the SM7B. I never did a comparison for the SM7B, but, you know, that's whatever. Yeah, just, you know, just do a tiny bit of research to see which one's better for you. It won't take too long, and yeah, perfect. Okay, if you got £1,000, same microphones, SM7B or RE20, but get the same audio interface that I have, the UAD Apollo Twin USB, the UAD Apollo Twin USB, or if you got a Thunderbolt connection on your computer, then get a Arrow, a UAD Arrow, which is about £100-200 cheaper. But, you know, I don't have any Thunderbolt connections, so I bought the USB 3 version, which is a bit more expensive. And that allows very, very high quality preamps, and it allows you to do live action post-processing, but it emulates... So, but unlike the Go XLR, which has got a very simple EQ, compression, de-essing, all that sort of stuff, what the UAD does, it emulates very, very expensive preamps through plugins. Like, what I'm running is a Manley VOXBOX, which costs £4,000+. Very expensive. And I bought it bundled with the Avalon VT737, which is a £2,000 preamp. And I bought them both together, both plugins, for £170. So it's great value. So £6,000 for the real hardware, £170 for the plugins version, and they're very, very close. So this is me talking with my Manley VOXBOX plugin enabled, and this is me talking without. You can see there's a big difference. My voice is much less present, much less strong. I don't know. This is just the raw microphone on its own. Now it's back with the compression, de-essing, EQ, that's all done on the Manley VOXBOX preamp channel strip, which is great. Plus, you don't actually have to buy the extra plugins. Like I said, I spent £170 on it, but they're included plugins that you can tinker around with to get a very, very close sound to this. It's really good. So anyway, guys, that's all for me today. Stay tuned, I'll be making a very similar video, but targeted towards voice actors like myself. And guys, if you've got any questions, leave them down below in the comments. See you guys later, and goodbye.